Who brings a baby into a movie theater? A lot of people, apparently. I went to the movie theater yesterday to watch The Meg with my friend. She had already seen it, but I made her watch it again. I also made her pay. This lady walks in, sits right next to me with a brand new baby, brand new. It still had the stickers on it. Now, I'm pretty sure The Meg is rated PG-13. But this baby was like PG 11 months. This baby wasn't even old enough in months to be watching this movie. But it was there. And then when she sat down, so did her 18 small children right next to her and me. It was like 18 and counting. And then there comes old dad bringing up the caboose behind, and guess what he has? Yeah, brand new baby. They have 2 brand new babies. That's not even possible in my mind. I don't know how y'all do it. I'm pretty sure you gotta have like a wait period in between. I don't know. I've never had one of those. I've never had a brand new sticker baby. These babies were maybe 3 months apart, okay? Impossible. Physically who birthed that one? Where did you come from? I don't know about your polygamous situation, okay? Do you. And do someone else. And then another person. That's what polygamous means. I don't even know. I don't care. I ain't into that. I don't do none of that. I'm a Bible-thumping Christian man. I can handle when 2 kids are whispering to each other, just giggling. It's cute, okay? Super cute. When 18 kids are giggling to each other? First off, that's impossible. 18 kids can't giggle amongst each other. No, it becomes an auditorium. It becomes a Tony Robbins concert, and now I just want to bang on my chest and say, yes, I can. The first commercial that came on was The Nun, which is ironic because that's exactly how many kids I wish were in that theater when I was watching The Meg. There's this part in the preview where the nun sneaks up behind her in this tunnel. She turns around and she's looking at her. But then the nun comes out of nowhere on the side and freaks everybody out. My friend jumps. She screams the F word right in front of the baby. The lady threw the baby kind of like a bag of popcorn. She was like, Jesus! And the baby went flying like to the row behind her, trying to like save seats, but only one because it was small. And the kids jumped. I heard one of them say a profanity. I was about to call him out on it, say, hey, Dad, bring up the caboose, bring up the belt, get that little kid, okay? I heard him say something. But then I realized my friend said something. I ain't no hypocrite, so I just kept my mouth shut. And at the end of the commercial, the mom covered the baby's ears and said, oh, I'm sorry, little baby. Out loud. I heard her. Now I have questions. A good time to cover the baby's ears would have been, I don't know, maybe when you walked in the theater, before my friend said the F word, before your little dirty potty mouth said the D word, I heard it. Also, she called the baby little baby. The baby's so young, they have not named it yet, and they brought it to a theater and sat right next to me, 18 and counting. I'm 18 and furious right now. I'm led to believe that none of those children even had names. I don't even think they numbered them. They don't even know how many they have. I counted them, and that was the first time anyone ever counted how many kids they have, okay? I think the reason that kid slipped up and said the D word is because every time they see that family walk into a theater and sit next to them, they're like, damn. And then, finally, the movie starts. And so does the fun. I'm in the first group of seats, so I can't see behind me. I can only see the 18 kids next to me and the gigantic screen in front of me. But I can hear behind me. Guess what I hear? Sticker babies. Brand new sticker babies. I hear the baby behind me on my right. I know for a fact there's a baby on my left over here, right next to me. I've seen it. I've seen it in the air, flying. I know it's real. I see it. I believe it. Now there's a baby behind me, right when the movie starts, kind of like clockwork. Immediately, the title, The Meg. Boom, baby starts crying. I don't care if your little baby cries behind me on my right side. I don't care. It's cute. The little baby crying is cute. For like a minute. And I know that lady's going to take that baby outside, and it's going to be all good. No, she didn't do that at all throughout the movie ever. None of them did. Yeah, there's more. There was a third baby right back here to my left. Yeah, I had a triangle of babies around. I had the Illuminati of babies just crying around me in order, sometimes at the same time, but they mostly took turns. They didn't even cry at the right parts. I'd be okay with it if they just cried along with the movie. Now, shark would bite something, everybody would gasp. My friend would say the F word. The little baby over here would say the D word. Dad over here is like, whose baby am I holding? And then, like, 5 minutes later, the baby start crying. I'm like, what spooked you? They're on a lifeboat. Success, they're saved. Babies don't know how to watch movies, and that's why they're not allowed in the theaters. The only time I would allow babies to be in a theater is if I'm watching the Nicholas Sparks movie, The Notebook, or A Walk to Remember, okay? Because at that point, everyone's crying. Everyone's screaming and sobbing and crying, tissues flying everywhere, babies flying everywhere. Whose baby is it? You know what? It's okay at that point. Other than that, The Meg? No. Get out of the theater. You can leave the 18 kids. The kid with the potty mouth actually makes me laugh. I think he's funny. Keep him. If all 3 babies went off at once, that'd be fine, okay? All screaming at once, I can handle it. But no. They're taking turns. Because one's keeping watch, one's resting for later, and one's screaming now. And then they rotate. Just like that, the whole time. 3 babies just know exactly when to rotate. One wakes up, starts screaming, the other one goes to sleep, the other one starts planning. I don't know if that's how I said it the first time, but that's how it's going. If your kid cries, you take the kid out until the kid stops crying, you bring them back in. I don't care how many times you gotta do that, you do that. That's courtesy. It's rule number 1. Rule number 2, there is no rule number 2. Rule number 1, take your kid out when it cries, that's it. If you're gonna bring your kids into the movie theater, at least teach them a couple dirty words so that when they get scared and jump and they say a dirty word, that entertains me. And then when they cry later, I forgive it because I know they're about to say the F word and I'm going to laugh. So if you're going to bring your crying Illuminati babies into the theater, make sure you teach them dirty words and then don't bring them into the theater. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I'm never going to the theater again. Y'all ruined it for me.